questions you are asking. Okay. Right? For example, if somebody is doing a study on impact of social media on students' school performance, right? Students' school performance, right? That is their marks. So you must be able to find out the real impact. Even you can also interview some parents, whether they have any control over their students, like that. Okay. So some interesting findings. Okay. Some new findings, interesting findings must be there. That is an indicator of quality of your topic. Okay. So any other specific question? Hello?
Sir, how much time do we have to submit these reports, sir?
So maybe after exams, you will be given 10 days time.
Okay.
But don't wait till the exams are over. Start working from now itself. Okay. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Yes.
So that is the important point you have to remember. So start writing from or doing from today itself. Okay.
Sir,
so
when are the exams, sir? When are the exams?
Maybe next month, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, about the content analysis. So I've chosen a content analysis about the daily newspaper. So it is very difficult for me to go every day. So there is a pattern. I was told there will be a pattern. So can you tell me about the pattern, sir? How to select the papers?
No. Just for example, what is the newspaper you have chosen?
English newspaper, daily, Times of India, and Hindu.
Times of India and
Hindu.
So what you call this topic is? Do you have those papers available?
Sir, for 1 week I have, sir.
No, not 1 week is not enough.
Yes.
Right? 1 week is not enough. You can take one paper.
Okay.
So if any of your friends or relatives or colleagues are subscribing, one paper is enough. At your level, one paper is okay. So at least you have to do 1 month. Actually, I have told you, if you take 1 month, particular 1 month, you can't generalize those results to entire year.
Okay.
I have explained you the reasons, right? So, okay. So what you do, you are doing a study of content analysis of Hindu or Times of India, right?
Right, sir.
So what do? First step is, if it is Times of India, you need not take Hyderabad Times, right? It is a separate, okay?
Yeah.
So don't take Hyderabad Times. So first what you do is, you measure entire paper, 20 pages or 16 pages. So then you measure advertisements. Total space minus advertisements. What do you get?
The actual
we call it editorial space. Left, okay. News space, right?
Yeah.
Second step is, within news, you have to categorize news into several subcategories, like politics,
yeah, health,
business, sports, okay,
yeah,
health, crime, right, science and health, maybe, okay. So like this, you can categorize into maybe 10 categories. What is the basis for these categories? The basis for these, any content analysis, that is content analysis of whole paper, of general news, or any particular subject like health, agriculture, okay, science, sports, crime, environment, education, women. So the criteria is, how do you decide? We decide all these depending upon earlier studies. Earlier, anywhere, either in India or any other country, somebody must have done similar studies, right? Similar research. So what we do is, we can categorize our area subject into the categories which were earlier done by others, right? So this is the one of the advantages. You can compare your results with earlier research, right? For example, last month itself, somebody has done a content analysis of Hindi papers in India. Okay. So today you are doing it. What do you do after your results? You will compare to Hindi newspapers in India, Times of India or Telugu papers are giving more space to particular subject or less space to particular subject. Or somebody must have done a study in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana itself about 5 years ago. Same study like you. So what do? You will compare your results with earlier results. So in 2015, Times of India devoted this percentage to health news. Now it is giving more or less. Okay. So it gives us a national or international perspective. So you don't worry about your how to do categories. If you go to Google Scholar, so what you do, content analysis of a newspaper. So you will get some articles. Okay. So in those articles, what do you find? You will find tables which with these categories, right? So based on those categories, you can also categorize your news, right?
Right, sir.
So has anybody searched this Google Scholar? Anybody? Anyone? For example, content analysis of suicides.
Yes, sir. But sometimes Google Scholar is not very reliable, is what.
No. Who said Google Scholar is always reliable? Because in Google Scholar, you will find only scientific research. In general Google, okay, you may get opinion. For example, what is the difference between opinion article and research article? For example, newspaper, you will find a feature, editorial page article. Okay. So can anybody tell me what is the difference? Hello? What is the difference between editorial page article and a research article?
Sir, editorial paper article is editor's view.
Okay, right. No. Editorial is editor's view. Editorial is newspaper's view. Edit page article is, beside that editorial, there will be article with byline. Bylines means name, either in the beginning or at the end. That is what we call edit page article or editorial. So what is the difference between a feature newspaper article and a research article? So the difference is research article information statistics are based on scientific research. That is, so they will identify population, they will take a sample, they will distribute a questionnaire, they get a information that is taken, that what we call empirical research. Okay, evidence based on information which you can see, right? So whatever you find in Google articles are scientific research, social science research, right? So they are reliable. So only the difference is whether you can trust them or it depends upon sample size. So even that limitations are also mentioned in that article if you see. So they will say, we have taken this information only from very limited people. So for example, if you do a survey of 50 people in a particular school, from a particular school, so based on that 50 students' opinion, you can't say this is the case in Hyderabad, right? Okay, so maybe you can generalize those results to that particular school or that particular class, right? Okay.
Right, sir.
So you will find articles in Google Scholar. And how do you categorize that? Categorization you can do based on, if you go through those tables, you will find what is the categorized news, right? For example, if you take environment, okay. So if you see environment, there are several findings, studies are there. Okay. So like that, even for example, for survey research also, if you observe any research article, you can also prepare your questionnaire based on that. But of course, for you, it may be difficult, but it gives an idea. So if you have an idea, if you prepare a draft, you send it to me, I will correct and send you the proper one. Okay?
Great, sir.
Any other? Similarly, for example, if any one of you are familiar with website designing, right? So in website designing, there are certain principles. So what is the best design principle? What are the various principles? What should be the design, ideal design? What is the meaning of user friendliness? Okay, interactivity. So there are certain guidelines, principles for a good website, right? So if you are an expert in website designing, and already the rules, principles, right? So based on those principles, what you do is you will take a website of a particular organization, say Ambedkar Open University. Okay, so you have certain principles, and you will study whether Ambedkar Open University website has followed those principles, right? Similarly, for example, let us assume that there is an organization which gives best website award for a particular organization. So, what are the characteristics of that best website? So you can also compare it with other websites, right? So this is also what we call a content analysis of website of any organization, maybe university or NGO or anything. So if you are any one of you know about website designing, its principles, you can also do a content analysis of particular organization's website, right? So, for example, if you type in Google Scholar university websites, so there are several studies relating to university library websites. Studies are there. Okay. So if you read those articles, research articles, you will know what are the characteristics of a best website, right? So whether compared to that best characteristics, what is the situation with maybe Usmania University, Open University, or any other university? Okay. So for example, so here there is one news, academic library guides for tackling the news, a content analysis, right? So somebody is doing, because he is working in public relations department, he is doing a study of Telangana magazine. You know what is Telangana magazine? Any idea? Can anybody tell me?
No, sir.
What is this Telangana magazine?
Sir, I think regarding Telangana state, sir.
Right, Telangana state governments.
Yes,
It is a public relations tool. It has a particular name. What is the tool? Can anybody tell me? It is one of the PR tool. It is called House Journal or newsletter. Okay. So you, for example, can anybody tell me any one name of any house journal or newsletter? Hello? ఎవరైనా ఒక న్యూస్ లెటర్ పేరు, న్యూస్ లెటర్ ఆర్ హౌస్ జర్నల్ అంటాం. So there is a magazine called Suraksha. Anybody? Suraksha, what is Suraksha? Hello? So Suraksha was, I don't know whether it's coming or not, Police Department monthly magazine. Okay. So you can also, if you have access to any TSAT magazine, so for example, yes, so newsletters you can do, or house journal, what we call, right? So in that Telangana magazine, what will he study? What are the contents? That means about government programs or about other issues. Is it writing about only chief minister? What percentage of space is given to chief minister and other ministers' photos? Whether there are any stories, poetry, something like that. Okay. So if you have access to any organization's house journal or newsletter, you can also do a study of that particular magazine, right? Okay. So you can, so based on these Google Scholars articles, you can finalize your questionnaire or categorization of news. Okay. So you do some preliminary study, and if you send it to me, I will give suggestions required for a good questionnaire or something like that. Okay. So any other question? Hello?
Yes.
Any other question?
No questions, sir. Okay.
Huh? Yes? Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Sir, artificial intelligence.
I'm not able to hear you.
Artificial
Not
intelligence.
audible. Your voice is not audible. You can also chart, right?
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, is it audible, sir, now?
Yes, it is very clear.
Sir, artificial intelligence in social media, can I do the study, sir?
Not social media, not social media. Maybe what you can do is, because it is very new, awareness levels and use of social media by some, maybe, for example, just only I don't know, it is possible for you, for example, general people may not use it, but right?
Yes, sir.
Even ordinary degree students may not use it. Okay. So if you have access, that is, if you know people, those who are working in IT industry or students studying computer science. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whether they are aware of artificial intelligence, what according to them are the major tools like ChatGPT, there are hundreds and thousands of there. So you can ask them, yes, I am aware. Have you used it? Yes, used it. For what purpose? We will give some alternatives. Okay. From my work, or just have tried it, or maybe. So there are several areas: writing, designing, right? Video editing, something like that. So if they are using, which area of tools they are using. Okay. So that you can use awareness and use of AI tools by. So if you take general population, not even 1-2% may not use it, right? So those who are closely associated with IT are already those who are in IT industry are studying IT related studies. So if you take that one, you will get a good result, right? So if you want, you can do that. You have to prepare a questionnaire, right?
Okay, sir.
Right. Next. Any other specific doubt? Hello? Hello? So similarly, for example, if you are already in marketing, let us say marketing area, okay? So you can also take a study of social media, use of social media by your particular marketing, maybe pharmaceutical, for example, if there is a marketing, right? marketing personnel in pharmaceutical drugs, right? So how these people are using social media? Okay. So what social media they are using, right? You know, for example, somebody maybe in real estate marketing. Okay. So use of social media by real estate marketers. So what are they using social media? That is, whether they are using YouTube, WhatsApp, internet, Twitter, Facebook, okay, email. So what we call digital media, use of digital media or social media by real estate marketing people. Okay. So if you choose a topic related to your occupation or profession, it is easy for you to complete, and also it gives you some extra additional information relating to your occupation. So your productivity will be increased. So for example, if we go back to earlier artificial intelligence, so you can also ask them, what according to you will be the impact of AI on artificial intelligence on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas? Maybe marketing, okay, designing, or program writing. So do they worried about their future, or it will provide new opportunities? Okay. So you can also add that kind of questions, right? So any other specific question? Hello? So do you have a class after this, or shall I continue?
We have class at 12 o'clock.
So any other specific question? So that means you don't have any doubts about your project report, right? You know how to finalize your topic, how to collect information, okay, how to write. So if you go through the guidelines again, it is, you know, the chapterization. What should be the, right? So what should be the content of each chapter? Okay. So what are the important precautions to be taken, right? So all of you have finalized your topic, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
Still undecided, anybody? Okay.
Sir, the topic is awareness levels of artificial intelligence.
Awareness and use. You also say, no, there are two aspects. One is the primary level is they must know what is artificial intelligence, something like that. The second one is, or you need not say awareness. In users, it's actually okay. If you say use, you will be asking for information from those who are already using.
Yes, sir.
So if you say awareness, whether they know, so in this awareness aspect, what you do is you will ask them to write at least 4 or 5 artificial intelligence tools.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for example, Chat GPT, like that.
Yeah.
So for example, if they can't write at least 2 or 3, you don't get information. So I think you better say use of. So you will give questionnaire to a person If he says, yes, I know what is AI, little bit about it, and I am using it, then only you will give questionnaire to him. Because, for example, a person doesn't know anything about AI. So your first question will be, do you know, have you heard about artificial intelligence tool? The alternative questions will be yes, no.
Yes, sir.
So if he says no, so there is no need for other questions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if they are using a little bit, then only we will get information related to 10 or 15 questions.
Yes, sir.
So that means you will give your questionnaire to a person who says, yes, I know something about it, or using it. Or for example, if your target respondents are IT people, then we can say 100% they know it. So how they are using, what are the implications on each occupation. How IT people are affected, how marketing people are affected, how front office people are affected, how accountants are affected, right? Designers are affected. What are the various tools, whether they know the tools, right? Like that, okay? Even journalists, for example. So if you take journalists, use of AI tools by journalists. So because it is very new, it is just maybe 8 months old issue, right?
Yes, sir.
So what we call, this is called exploratory study. Because what is exploratory study? We don't know much about this research area. Okay. So if you have several studies, lot of research, so there is some literature, what to ask, okay, how to categorize, something like that. Okay. So any other specific question? So shall I stop or continue? Hello? Shiv Prasad.
Sir, you can stop, sir, because next class we are running now, sir.
Okay.
Next class.
So for the time being, you have no doubts, right?
It's okay, sir. No problem.
Thank you. So you finalize your topic and start thinking about it, right?
Okay,
so
sir.
You can ask for any doubts, categorization, preparation of your questionnaire. So don't hesitate, send it to me, right?
Okay, thanks a lot, sir. Okay, sir.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.